much. Welcome everyone to this week's call. Unfortunately, Zoom doesn't permit me to see all the lovely faces on participants, so I'm gonna read who I see in theater. But we have Sharwan, Mario, Suhail, Sabas, Hesiam, Kiki, Tanzil, and Lydia. Welcome, welcome. We also have a special appearance by Lucy. Lucy is representing the Toronto office today. You can see there is fun in the Toronto office. It means it's hot for poor Canadians. So welcome, welcome everyone. We have a Saturday. This is for Tanzil Khan for the awesome work in Delhi communities. Thank you very much, Tanzil, for all the work you're doing. And if you want to hear, to let other community members know about the work that some people are doing and you want to give a shout out, please do add them later, but and I'm gonna give it some voice and love and give a shout out to the rest of the world. We are now 70 people in Zoom. Wow, okay. So I think that everybody's waiting for Lucy to talk about the MDM portal. This is how we attract people. We say Lucy appears. So Lucy, the floor is yours.
Okay, so I'm going to give a little bit of a teaser about the community portal. I'll give like a little bit of an update and specifically how you can follow along and get more involved. So for those of you who were at the last meeting where I talked about this or have been following the community pilot information on Discourse, the goal is to create a tool that will make it easy for community members to collaborate, to find groups that are like official Mozilla groups, to find events in your area, to find people who are in your area and things that you're doing, to find activities, things to do, and campaigns. So those are, I think, five, I counted correctly, the five main things that this portal will hopefully bring together. As a caveat, I know that we already have tools that do a combination of some of these things. For example, the Activate site gives you campaigns and activities, but not events, people, groups. The Reps portal gives you people and events, but not groups, activities, campaigns. So the goal of this portal is to stitch together a number of things that already exist in different places and create a coherent experience so that if you had a friend who wanted to become part of Mozilla, you would be able to send them to a place with confidence that they would be able to find a local event to join, a group to become part of, a cool campaign to participate in. You don't have to give them like a giant dictionary of go to this website and then go to this website and then this website and oh, if you want to talk to this person, etc. So that is the goal. It's written more eloquently in a few places. We have hired an agency called Playground, who is going to be doing the development work on this. It is going to be a WordPress website that pulls in a bunch of these different things. It will leverage Mozillians. It will leverage the identity and access management. If you've been really plugged into some of the participation systems work, you're aware of the single sign-on work. So where you can log in with a Firefox account or a GitHub account to Mozilla properties, it will be integrated with that. It will have all the same content, all the Activate content we'll cover. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, Playground, the agency. We just started working with them last week, and we're going to be running a really, really transparent process. For people who are really into this and are really excited about it, we are going to be holding regular community calls. By we, I mean Renalini, who hopefully you know or have heard of. She's been running the community group pilot, which is only available in India right now. And everyone who's in that pilot is automatically going to be asked to beta test and be part of this group that's testing. But as reps, if you are also interested in being involved, you can join that as well. So there's going to be a community call, I want to say next week. Constantina, do you know when? Yeah, next week, for people who want to dive deeply into this portal. So if you are interested, you can join that call. It will be posted about on the discourse category that I'm about to tell you about. Playground, some of the people from Playground, this agency, will be at that call, so you can meet them. The other thing is that we just now, like literally 2 minutes ago, created the GitHub repo for this. So if you are technical and you want to follow along with the actual development of the site, you'll be able to see that, and I will put that on Discourse as well. We have a new discourse category specifically for this. I don't know, Constantina, you can share those links, or I can do it in a second, where every week we will give updates about what's happening in the development of the portal, but also there'll be a number of questions, things to beta test for the community. So if you want to get involved, that's your opportunity to give feedback, to make requests, to try things out, and do all that. The estimated date for when there will be a version 1 of this portal is 2020. Is like the beginning of the year. Things take a while to develop. Might be sooner than that, but that's where we're aiming right now. But people have asked, can I go test out this portal? My answer to that is, it does not exist yet. We are at the very, very beginning stages. And when I say we want to run a super open and iterative process, that's why we're talking so much about it right now when it is at its very like babyest stage. And that means there's lots and lots of opportunity for people to input, ask questions, test, try, share ideas, etc. So to summarize, if you think this is cool and you're interested and you want to follow it really closely, first follow the discourse category. Constantina, are you able to put that link in the ropes? I don't have the agenda open.
The link is already there.
Awesome. Yeah, so follow that category. I'm going to be posting a weekly update right after this meeting, and then every week Renalini will post an update. That's also where you'll be able to find out about the community calls, which you can join if you want to do things like actually meet the developer team. You can also look at the GitHub repo if you want to actually watch it come together. There'll be lots of opportunities to test, try, add, change, update, etc. Cool. Any questions?
Thank you very much, Lucy. Yeah, actually, the first question was how can the community contribute? I guess by participating in the calls and giving feedback on the repo.
Yeah, exactly. There will be specific calls to action throughout as the weeks come up. So there's nothing really to engage with right now, but I think in the next few weeks there'll be questions like, how would you want to think about this feature? What would you want as a feature here? What is missing? We'll share wireframes that you can give feedback on, etc. Can you put the GitHub in the Etherpad as well?
I got the
GitHub. Share it.
Lucy, can they send PR in the repo?
Can you repeat the question?
Can we, like the community, send PR, like pull requests on the repo? Can we do that?
Yeah, I think so. They won't necessarily get merged, but you can file issues, you do pull requests on the repo, and it will be like any contribution to any project. So they'll get reviewed and then merged if they're appropriate and not if they aren't. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Great question.
Does anybody have any other questions? We are 22 people in this room. Apparently, Lucy is very famous. So who does have any questions? This is the point of question asking.
I can ask some of the questions that I'm going to post in the first feedback, the first weekly update, if that would be interesting.
Yes, please. People are sad.
If people can tell us what ideas. The first, groups will have a picture. Should that picture be something groups can choose themselves? Should it be something that is automatically populated, so all the groups have the same like first impression, so it's not like whoever is the better photographer ends up with a nicer group page? Should it be like a template but standardized, so like you add a picture but there's a graphic on top of it? That's my first question. You guys can think about it and respond on Discord if you don't immediately have a thought. The first, another question that I'm going to put is about what like private profiles mean. So should someone be able to have a 100% anonymous profile? What would that mean? So if you don't want to have a visible profile that's visible to anyone. So not visible to your group members, not visible to the person running an event. There's kind of a question about why you have a profile at all. And then what level of privacy would you want and should people be able to have? This is the kinds of questions that are going to go on discourse and you can just add your thoughts to. Some of them are more like philosophical, some of them are preference. Yes.
Lucy, we have a question. Will this replace Mozillians?
No. So Mozillians is getting a facelift, a makeover, in the project that you might have heard of called DinoPark. Profiles from Mozillians, once Mozillians is done with all of its development, will be pulled into this portal. So short answer, no. This will leverage Mozillians to have profiles and stuff like that. So for example, when you go to join a group, it will require that you make a profile. It will then send you to Mozillians where you will make a profile, and then it will send you back. And it will use your Mozillians profile on this site. It's not, we might launch with a temporary profile system depending on how long DinoPark will be before it's ready to do read-write. But ultimately, the Mozillians profiles are going to be these profiles. They're just appearing in a different place.
Okay, cool. Does anybody have any questions? Please, people, don't be shy. We have Lucy here. I promise he doesn't bite. No?
And no pressure, this is about to, I'm going to put this all up on Discourse where you can think about it first and write your answers. And then this is going to be happening every week for many, many weeks. So there are loads and loads of opportunities to engage with this.
All right, since we don't have any questions, I will thank you very much, Lucy, for being here. If you're interested in more, Siam is asking, when do we get to break it?
Later.
I guess people want to see when they will be able to test it. Will that be before version 1?
Yes. People who are in the following the account and like are opt-in will be able to see a messier version before the V1 for sure. There'll be things to test. There's nothing to test right now, so not yet. Somewhere between now and I don't know when we'll have something that people can work on. I would guess like a month, 2 months. Kind of depends how quickly things move forward. As I said, I'm bringing y'all in as early as humanly possible.
All right. Let's see if Siam is typing. I think there are some people who are watching on our Mozilla, so they want to ask questions. Siam is stopping. All right, I don't see any other questions. If there are other questions, I will pass them to Lucy. Thank you very much, Lucy, for being here. We hope that you will come again. For those of you who aren't non-mission-driven Mozilla portal in the future, there's going to be more announcements coming at the end of the week, like this is tomorrow. And we are going to have the call next week where you will get to meet the engineers that are working on it, ask any questions you have, and be able to be more involved. Irene is getting happy because he'll get to break it before 2020. And I'm going to pass quickly to the next topic that is from me. On the council updates, we have the reps OKRs.
I'm going to jump out and go work on my Discourse post. Thanks for having me all.
Thank you, Lucy, very much for coming and be with us. We are having the reps OKRs that are going to be published probably tomorrow by me. They have they are getting voted by the council, so you will see soon that We have the Mozillian of the Month team. 3 people were selected yesterday to be in the Mozillian of the Month by Arvin, and they're going to help finding the next Mozillians of the Month. So thank you very much. We had 11 applications, and we had 3 people that they got selected by the council. So thank you everyone for applying, and congratulations to the people that were selected. Lots of work goes ahead of you. Thank you. We have also must have heard about the social media team, and if you're interested on social media, Twitter and Instagram, join the group on that we have on Telegram that is called RIP Social Media Team, and there are 10 members there. So if you're interested in doing stuff there, let us know. Yofi is very keen on getting help on social media. You might have heard we are gonna get back the Mozilla Instagram. We already have access, and once we set it up, we are gonna help community getting access to it as well. So I know a lot of you love Instagram. Unfortunately, I'm not on Instagram. I cannot handle so many social media in my life, but I know that you are all social bees. So if you're interested in posting cool things that the community is doing on Instagram, there is a chance for you. We are going to create a process for all the community members to be able to share stuff. All right, are there any other questions? So there are no more questions. I am going to give the second sound out. That is going for most love to all the best to the volunteers representing Mozilla in DevConf 19 on August 2nd and 30 in Bengaluru. Thank you very much, guys, for all the work we are doing, guys and girls. And we hope to see your work coming up next week, that you can also talk a little bit about that in the next reps call. I don't know if I forgot anything. Kiki, did I?
No, I think we are not missing anything.
Thank you very much, Kiki. Since nobody else wants to say anything, I'm gonna finish this call a little bit earlier, give back 8 minutes of your life. See you all next week. And if you're joining Mozilla in Porto, see you on the specific call. It will probably happen after this call, so we will let you know on this call as well. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.